Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. It is another bullish day in the crypto market. Exciting times, guys. Bitcoin pumping. Looks like it wants to go to new highs. Touches 103,000, a bit over 103,000 actually. Things are looking really good, and we got a big XRP price prediction from Cointelegraph that I want to share with you guys, and a bunch of crypto news, of course. Good morning, Etron. Welcome in. Digital Revolution says XRP is President Trump's level playing field. Gold, I'm not sure about all of that, but I do believe that XRP will do well. Bitcoin will do well. Matthew Davis says Trudeau is leaving. XRP New Zealand. Hey, Tony, always nice to see you. Good to see you as well. We got Yoav, if I'm saying that right. Welcome in. Seconds of Meditation. Welcome in. Good day. Jande Jong, excuse me. Good evening. Michael M, good day from Mill Creek, Oregon. Welcome in, Michael. Pitt 1890, thank you for all you do for the crypto community. You're welcome. It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure to serve you all, and thank you all for your support, because without you, I would have no one to talk to as far as crypto. You know, my wife is tired of hearing me talk about crypto. I'm sure many of you can relate. But the point is, I created this channel to spread the education and to share the opportunity, guys. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity. It's very different than any other asset class we've seen historically, because in the past, a lot of it was, the gatekeepers were at the door saying you can't enter unless you're accredited, unless you're part of the Wall Street crowd or, the hedge fund group, the VCs. But now we were able to front run many of those folks. So it's a huge opportunity. And, along the way, people told me about what this is, what's happening, and helped me to make money. And I want to pass that knowledge on. Guys, on the way in, please hit that thumbs up button, hit the 5-star button, hit the heart button wherever you're watching and listening. We're streaming on multiple platforms. We're on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Threads. Twitch, not Threads, X, of course, Instagram, kick.com. We're everywhere trying to get the message about crypto out to everybody and anybody who will listen, because this is a huge opportunity. 2025, guys, this is the blow off top year, in my opinion, based on the stats, the charts, the indicators. And we want to walk away from this bull market with money in our pockets. And, however you use that money, you're going to spend it. You're going to eliminate debt. You're going to boost up your retirement, to help you retire earlier, give yourself a cushion. You want to buy a house, whatever you got to do. This is the time to pay attention. Zab says Bitcoin to 110,000. Possible. It could go higher, I think. I honestly think this looks like the next leg up. And let's see, could we see by March 130K plus? It's possible. It's possible. There's going to be a lot of bullish sentiment with Trump coming into office, the pro-crypto Congress already in office, and you have a new SEC chair. I think Gensler is out in 15 days. So things are looking incredibly bullish. The narratives are there. And I'll share some macro factors, guys, that are really getting things going nuts right now. Carl says BTC to $103,000 at least. All right, guys, let's jump into it. So real quick before we start anything, make sure you hit the thumbs up button, hit the 5-star button, subscribe if you haven't as yet. So guys, we saw this morning Bitcoin started to move. Look at the daily green candle here, looking very strong. It went over $103,000. It's cooling down a bit right now at over $102. So very good sign. If you've been subscribed to this podcast, you've been watching or listening, I've been talking about let's let the market show us what it wants to do, because the potential for Bitcoin to roll over and go test 80K was there. However, the bulls took control and they're moving upwards now. And that's a very good sign for Bitcoin and the entire market. So if you look at the market cap here, Bitcoin leading, of course, and I often tell you guys, Bitcoin is the rising tide that leaves that lifts all boats, right? It leads the market, and Ethereum right now it's at $3,700. It is up, so you're seeing green across the board. XRP at $2.45. It took back the number 3 spot from Tether. Solana also in the move at $221. Dogecoin 39 cents. Dogecoin looking strong, up near 27% over the past 7 days. Cardano also looking strong, up near 33% over the past 7 days at $1.11. So the point is, we are seeing bullish momentum again. That's very good. Liquidity is coming into the market. What we saw over the past week, there was a ton, hundreds of millions of dollars of USDC stablecoin being minted. And if you want to track this, you can follow Whale Alert on Twitter or X. And you can see here starting January 2nd, they were minting tons of USDC, like 400 million on the 2nd, actually more than 400 million. And then in the days following, you saw minting happening, more hundreds of millions of USDC. The point is that liquidity, some of it, I'm not saying all of it, is what's going to go into the market, right? It's going to drive the price up. Of course, Tether is what people usually watch, the Tether dominance. But stablecoin liquidity is one of the metrics you want to pay attention to. Is there a lot of minting happening? Is the supply on the rise? Because a lot of that liquidity will enter the market. So I think we're seeing some of these things come to fruition here. Now, from a macro perspective, or let me actually just confirm something with Bitcoin here. Bitcoin broke through the key resistance of $101,000. Rect Capital highlighted this here at the start of the pump this morning, that if Bitcoin broke through that resistance, is very, very good. So that's why I've officially flipped bullish, guys, because it broke through the resistance. This is what I say: be patient, let the market show you what it wants to do. Let the rally prove itself. How many times have I said that, right? I want to hammer home these things because we're not moving by emotions. And if we're feeling bearish or feeling bullish, we're moving by what the charts and the indicators and signals are telling us. And they're validating, they're confirming that we're on the rise. And you can see the RSI has room to the upside here. So this thing can keep going and bring us back to levels that we saw in November into early December, where the Bitcoin smashed through 100K and went and touched 108 before correcting. So guys, let's see. This month could be very bullish once again with the political narratives with Trump and much more. But in addition, and this is very important, the DXY seems to have topped out here. Its RSI was in the oversold or overbought zone, and you can see here it's breaking down. A lot of people are calling this the top, and you know what that means: the inverse correlation. If the DXY is crashing, risk assets usually go crazy and global liquidity starts to rise. So here, analyst Shardy B says, GM, you ready for the best chart? Risk on, baby. DXY. So you can see it is pulling back, and the trader is bullish, right? Saying long calls, put it in, right? Because this thing is breaking down and we've been waiting for it. And I know some of you are going to say, but Tony, this thing has been pumping and Bitcoin and crypto has been pumping as well. Yes, and that is an anomaly, because if you look at the long-term view of the chart, you'll see the inverse correlation. But I think the anomaly was Trump and his talk about tariffs. So that's why I think we saw this side-by-side parallel pump, which was very unusual. This is like a unicorn moment. It's very rare, and once again, this is based on the charts, not my personal opinion, just the charts. You look at the historical patterns with Bitcoin and the DXY, it's always been inverse. So this, I think, is a big catalyst, guys, from a macro perspective. So let's see how high things go and how high Bitcoin decides to go this week. XRP and all the other altcoins start to go nuts. So exciting times ahead. Now, I want to talk a bit about where are we in the bull market cycle, right? Obviously, the top is not in. and how much more upside do we have. And I've been sharing a lot of these metrics over the past few months, telling you the top is not in. We still have room to go. But before I get there, guys, check out our sponsors: Uphold, BitGo, VeChain. Links will be in the description. Check them out, guys. Uphold, a great place to buy crypto, of course. Sign up for my free email newsletter on Substack, 100% free. In addition, grab a copy of my book, Rethinking Crypto, on Amazon. So, Bitcoin monthly chart. Look at the RSI, guys. This is beautiful. Look at the previous RSI tops in the past cycles, right? We are not there in that green zone. We are not. We're on our way up, but we're not there yet. So you can see there's room for the upside here. That is one signal, right? Showing that we have not touched the past levels for the bull market top. In addition, what I've been sharing with you guys on the podcast and in my newsletter, this is the data, not my feelings. Whales and sharks with wallet addresses of 10 or more Bitcoins continue to accumulate. And earlier this year, in March and into April, they were dumping. The supply was going down, or their wallets were selling off, because that was the buy the rumor, sell the news event with the ETF launch. Since then, they have been accumulating and accumulating. The data does not lie. And in addition, the other signal that aligns with this, the coins on the exchanges continue to decline. And that is a sign we've seen historically that contributes to price increase. But once this starts to go back up, like it did in March and April when the whales were selling, that is something we have to pay attention to, because that will be a red signal. I will be on here telling you guys, whales are putting coins back on the exchanges to sell. So we're using these indicators as a measuring stick to get an idea where we're at. So as you can see here, this thing continues to decline to historical levels. There will be a point where it's going to go back up and they're going to start selling, guys. They did it in past cycles. They're going to do it again. The next thing, the Bitcoin Pi cycle top indicator. It is the 111-day moving average is starting to curve. Let me try to zoom in here. It's starting to curve upwards. What we've seen historically, when they start to touch or cross the top has already been put into place. So we're not close. We're moving close. We're on the trajectory to move closer, but we're not close yet. So we still have room to go here, guys. So once again, the data, not our feelings, not our emotions, not our biases, but what is the data telling us? The other indicator I've been using is the CBBI historical chart, which combines a variety of different signals, and it puts together a score, a confidence score. And historically, when we've hit the top, the score goes to the 90s and sometimes touches 100. Right now, we are at a 79. So, or actually an 80. So we got room to the upside. But as you can see, we're near the final phase. I hope this is helpful to you guys. I hope it's educational. I hope you understand how I'm viewing this and how you should view the markets, right? And how we got to check our emotions at the door and just look at the data, forget about some of the narratives and what clickbaiters and all these people are saying, but what is the data telling us? So very good sign saying we still got more room to go here. So guys, we got some news here that I want to share with you all. I love what Matt Hogan from Bitwise Asset Management had to say, and I've had him on the podcast many times. He says the three sources of insatiable demand in 2025, talking about crypto, will be from companies, ETFs, and governments. This is going to be a very exciting year, guys. I'm so bullish. As I've been telling you guys, from the macro, we are hitting new all-time highs. We're going to see the blow off top. In the micro, right? In the days and the weeks, you could see a lot of volatility. Bitcoin could chop. We could see sharp corrections and pullbacks. So just be prepared for those things. But when in doubt, zoom out, right? If you zoom out on the chart here, same pattern playing out over again. And, you know, if you recall what we saw in December, and then January into 2021, it's a very similar pattern playing out here, right? A peak in December, a correction, and then a move upward. It's looking really, really like a carbon copy, talking about this zone right here and this zone right here. and the timing, the months are in alignment, of course. So, if you with the Fibonacci model laid over this thing, over Bitcoin, Bitcoin could go to $200,000 or even a little bit higher. But I like to play it conservative because there's no guarantee that past performance plays out the same here. And we just have to let the market show us what it wants to do. So, I'm more in the 150, the 170 zone. And I think that's a good conservative zone that we can see Bitcoin go to. But look, hey, Bitcoin could say, you know what, I'm topping out at 140. And this is where we're going to have to look at the different signals and monitor the market closely. So guys, it's important that you are paying attention to the market. Now is not the time to look away. That doesn't mean you have to look at your portfolio every day, or you have to look at it every minute or any hour, but you got to pay attention to the macro signals, right? And this is why you're subscribed to this podcast, this channel, and other channels as well. You subscribe to the newsletter so you can stay up to date, because I know you all have busy lives. Everybody has a job. They got to work. You got to take care of your family and so forth. So I'm going to try my best to get you as much detail and up-to-date news and metrics as possible so you can stay up to date in what's happening. Real quick, we got Motorboat Mike says, who hits $10 this bull run cycle, XRP or SWEET? Oh, first. Man, that's a tough one, Motorboat Mike. Thank you so much for the $1.99 donation. That's a hard one. I'm going to touch some altcoins after the news, so I'll definitely answer your question. I'll keep it pinned here. So guys, let's talk about this XRP price prediction from Cointelegraph. So it's funny, the narrative around XRP is much different this cycle. There's so many people, and not just crypto people, but mainstream people that are bullish on XRP. And I tweeted about it and mentioned it a couple months ago that I'm seeing something very different than I've seen in the past cycles. And they said here, XRP forms a bull flag pattern targeting $15, backed by surging open interest and historical bullish momentum. Could it get to $15? It's possible, but I don't think it's highly probable, and I'll share why. I'm not bearish. I hold XRP. So let's pull up the XRP chart here, so we can run through it. All right, so I am playing conservative by using the Fibonacci model off the 2021 high. Now, that wasn't a new all-time high, but if that's the case, and let's say we go to the 3.618, that puts us near $7. But I know some of you are going to say, well, how about we use the 2018 high, right? Well, let's try that. Let's try to do that and see where that takes us to. And I may have screwed this chart up. No, I haven't. Okay. So that puts us near, if we go to the 3.618, that puts us near $12. Could you see an overextension of that into 15? Yes, but it's not very probable in my opinion. It would take a lot of capital to do that. And as always, I like to play it conservatively. I don't want to get too bullish where I become blinded by the bearish scenarios and macro factors. I've been burned by that in the past. It's easy to fire off targets, right? When you don't understand what's happening with the macro, with liquidity, with models like Elliott Wave and Fibonacci models. So, let's say that XRP is going to kind of go off the 2018 high, right? Let's say we negate 2021. $10, I would say, is a pretty solid price prediction, maybe the max 11 here, because it puts us in the 3.618. And that's where we've seen Bitcoin really top out at. We've seen Ethereum top out there. So I don't think it's going to go to $15. But hey, man, I'll take 10 and I'll take 11. But if it does get to 15, then I'll be even more happier. But I got to be realistic with you guys, not my feelings or emotions. I would love 15. Hell, I would love $20. But you have to be realistic. You got to balance out those feelings of greed and euphoria and your desires with the charts and the data. So that's what I'm thinking, guys. And to answer Motorboat Mike's question, I'm gonna say XRP gets to $10 first, because there's so much bullish momentum. There's such a strong bullish sentiment amongst mainstream investors. Like, you're seeing Wall Street bets and all these guys talk about XRP. For example, let me pull it up here. I'm seeing like, let's see if you can pull it up here. I'm seeing like channels that are general finance channels talking about XRP and much more. So look at this. Wall Street bets, right? They're tweeting about XRP, talking about an XRP ETF. So I think the narrative is strong. I'm going to say, Motorboat Mike, that we see XRP hit $10 first. But look, I could be wrong. But at the end of the day, when this bull market gets into the crazy euphoria greed zone, everything's going to go nuts. Obviously, some coins are going to outperform others, but it's just going to be mass frenzy. All right. Michael Saylor continues to buy more Bitcoin, or MicroStrategy. They have acquired another 1,070 Bitcoin for $101 million at a price of approximately $94,000. I think Michael's going to continue to do this arbitrage trade with Bitcoin and MicroStrategy stock. And look, it's working out for him so far. I hope everything goes well when the bear market comes around and it doesn't result in some massive collapse. I think that would be really bad. And the thing I am concerned about, not that he's buying Bitcoin, is the amount of debt he's raising to buy Bitcoin. Leverage, guys. What have we seen with leverage historically? And that's the thing that concerns me. But I wish him the best. I hope nothing bad happens here. This is interesting. Vivek Ramaswamy, he co-founded a fund called Strive Asset Management, and they have filed to launch a Bitcoin bond ETF. So we are seeing a lot of TradFi players coming in, and they're looking to launch ETFs and build new financial products around Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. And as always, it starts with Bitcoin, and then it will go to altcoins. So it's just a matter of time. It's not if, it's just when, right? And I think as we get clarity this year with new SEC Chair Paul Atkins, Trump and pro-crypto Congress, getting legislation through, you're going to see a lot of the financial products open up for altcoins. Now, guys, this is interesting. I'm not sure how many of you know about Van Jones. He's a Democratic commentator, news commentator, political commentator, I should say. He's on CNN, and there's a clip circulating of him calling out the Democrats and how they handled crypto in the election, and he called out Elizabeth Warren. It's pretty revealing. Let me try to play the clip here for you guys. I'm going to have to pause sharing here and share that specific tab so you guys can hear the sound. Let's see if I can get that tab here. It is going to be, just give me a sec here, guys. They're trying to load it up. Let's see. Okay, here we go.
But it's our hypocrisy that blew us up.
Let me play it for you guys.
So you have two parties that have fundamental hypocrisies built into them.
Let me know if you guys can hear that.
Hypocrisy was going to blow them up. We thought that playing footsie with all these crazy people was going to blow up, but it's our hypocrisy that blew us up. And so rather than sitting up here and trying to defend everything, I think there's an opportunity, because most people listen to this, New York Times is going to be our people. So look, there's a bunch of stuff we did wrong. You touched one of them. People hurting economically, and we kept trying to tell them that, we're building cathedrals for them in 20 years with this Inflation Reduction Act. It didn't work. We also ran people out of our party on crypto. 50 million people bought some crypto. That's a bet on a future. They are trying to get to a better future. Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, Elizabeth Warren, beating the hell out of crypto, beating the hell out of Silicon Valley people was not smart. So you have two parties that have fundamental hypocrisies built into them. We thought that their hypocrisy was going to blow them up. So
notice he called out Elizabeth Warren and Biden, talked about how they attacked crypto, and that they ran people out of the party, right? And he's spot on. Elizabeth Warren screwed the Democrats big time with her stupid anti-crypto army nonsense. But hey, you make your bed, you got to sleep in it, right? This is what they did. They really screwed up. And the rest is history. They have been defeated. Gary Gensler is out, or will be out, I should say, in what, 15 days. So this is a thing of the past now. We're looking for higher highs. We're looking to make gains. And these clowns, Elizabeth Warren and all of them, have been defeated. All right, guys. I can take some questions, but before I do, and I can look up some charts as well, check out our sponsors, Uphold, BitGo, eChain. Links will be in the description. Also, sign up for my free email newsletter and grab a copy of my book on Amazon if you haven't yet. All links will be in the description. All right, let's see here. Michael M says MicroStrategy's average cost for Bitcoin is now at $62,500. Matthew Davis, good to see you. Peter says, when Doge? So Doge, look, guys, I've often said that if I was to invest in a meme coin, it would be Doge. Doge is in the top 10. Doge has been on the move, so I can't hate on Doge, man. It is doing really well. Let's pull up the Doge chart, see what's happening with Dogecoin. I think I might need to get a longer view chart here. Let's go back to Bitstamp. There we go. Wait, is that the... why is this chart cut off? Okay, let's do Binance. There we go. Some of these exchanges don't have the full history. So Doge, guys, I mean, damn, it looks good. It looks good. The chart looks good here. I can't deny it. Now, once again, I don't hold Dogecoin, but the chart looks good, man. It is on the move, and I think it's going to break its whole all-time high of about 75, 76 cents. I think it's going to do it, man. There's a strong narrative. What Elon's doing, Doge is a survivor. It's a survivor. Sometimes you think, oh, these things are going to go away. They're so annoying, but this is the world we live in. And Doge is looking good. So could it get to $1 plus? I think it's possible. I think there's a high probability, I should say. Not anything is possible. The question is it probable? How probable is it? Is always the big question, right? And that's how guys, by the way, that's how I had to retrain my mind to think about probability versus possibility, right? When it comes to investing, because it helps you to have a clearer understanding of the markets and what may be coming, and to take into consideration the multiple scenarios, the bear and the bull scenario, right? And which one has the higher probability of playing out. Beast Crafter says, Tony, I'm excited about this run and my oh my gosh. XRP New Zealand says, do you think the clown will do something on his last day at the SEC? So of course, everybody, XRP New Zealand talking about scumbag regulator Gary Gensler. Look, he might do something shady on his way out, but I think the political downfall would be astronomical. The Democrats took such a massive hit. I don't think he's going to do anything. Because even if he does, Trump is just going to come in and wipe it out, right? Because you have a pro-crypto chair, Paul Atkins, coming in, Donald Trump, obviously, pro-crypto Congress. So it's not like the years before. So if Gary tries to pull a fast one like Jay Clayton, it's not going to fly, because he's only going to destroy the Democrats even more, from a political standpoint. So I don't think he's going to do anything. But once again, if he does, I think, Donald Trump will reverse it. So John 2024 says, thoughts on Flare. So I am bullish on Flare. I'm currently staking, or I should say delegating, and I'm earning my rewards, and I'm hoping Flare can do really well this cycle to get to maybe $1. That would be amazing. Or even if it just gets to, what am I saying, $1? No, I'm sorry, guys. I don't mean $1. I mean like 13 to 14 cents. That would be pretty good. I will take that. Um, Now you remember, you're gonna see people come out with all types of price predictions, and they're not showing you chart analysis. They're just pulling numbers out of their ass. So I try to use the Fibonacci. I follow people who do Elliott wave analysis, and then I always tell you guys I correlate a lot of that with the macro and what Bitcoin's doing, global liquidity, and so forth. So with a Fibonacci model off of the highs that took place in earlier, uh, could we see what is it, 14, 15 cents? And let me make sure this is the right chart. See if we can get maybe a better chart here. Yeah, okay, so that chart was fine. Okay. Um, yeah, I think, guys, we could see possibly 14, 15 cents. That will be really good, and I hope it gets there because that'll make me some nice money. I've been delegating, earning my rewards. I'll definitely be taking profits. Fritz VB, I'm not sure about if we're getting the airdrop this month. Um, you would have to check the schedule. Are you delegating? So Caesar Mason says, how safe is it to leave your asset on Uphold? So Caesar, in full transparency, I use Uphold. Uphold is a sponsor of my podcast, but I custody the majority of my assets, my crypto assets, on hardware wallets because I don't, anything can happen, right? Now I do believe exchanges are much safer, much better. Uphold has great security. So do I leave some funds on Uphold? Yes. Do I leave all my funds on Uphold? No. So and that goes for any exchange, right? But Uphold is reserved, they have insurance and so forth. So I'm not like worried, oh no, that they're gonna go away and that type of thing. So that is not the case. It's just in case anything happens that is unforeseen, majority of my assets are safe because they're custody in hardware wallets. John says, thank you, Tony, for your live Q&A. Absolutely. David, Fetch AI. So David, I hold Fetch. I know it's now called what do you call it? ASI. So let's pull it up. Let's see here. By the way, not to brag or anything, but I made some really nice returns, guys, on Fetch. I was up like 650%. I took profits. And I still have some. I bought the dip again. And I believe because the AI narrative is so strong that I think this thing is going to do well. And we still got room in this bull market to go. So, I'm excited. And I also have Render in my portfolio. Let's see here. Whoops. I need to redo this. Can we see a fetch.ai up to about $7-8? It's possible because it's been running really strong. I bought it, at the beginning of 2023, and like I said, made me some really nice returns. Could we see $8, $9? It's possible. It just depends on how the strong the AI narrative continues its strong movement, if you want to call it that, as things progress, both in the stock market as well as in crypto. Jethro Capital says, how high do you think BNB will go? So let's see BNB. Look, BNB has been in the top 10 forever. It is doing I wish, guys, I wish I bought BNB back in the day. I had the opportunity, but I was a bit nervous about exchange coins, right? And I was like, man, what if something happens with Binance? What if Binance gets sued? And they did get sued and they paid their penalty, but that didn't affect the price because Binance is huge and it's not affected by one market. So let's see if we put a Fibonacci model on here. BNB, obviously showing massive strength. Guys, whatever altcoin you're holding, you want to see a chart like this, right? Solana and BNB have been showing strength like this for a long time. Look at this. It's already broken its old all-time high set back in 2021 of the 700, what is it, 700 something bucks, or yeah, around 700 bucks. It already broke its high. It's entered into price discovery, and hell, we could see, guys, a $1,500 BNB because, again, it's in the top 10. It's backed by the world's largest exchange. They do a great job of burning tokens, so which really pushes the price up. So I can't be biased, right? I don't hold it. I wish I held it, but you know, we could see if you're holding it, then man, you know, good for you. Obviously, it depends where you bought it. Like if you bought it in the bear market at 200 bucks, you know, you're up really well here, and it goes to 1,500, you're gonna do well. Manny0016 says Stellar Lumens. Let's see here. I have a little bit of Stellar in my portfolio, not a lot. So I'm hoping it does do well. But guys, it's looking good. I mean, look at this. If we pull it up here we go. Stellar, it is up near 43% over the past 7 days at 45 cents, or near 46 cents. So it's been moving. And what we've seen historically, and I think the market makers do this, they they have this correlation going with XLM and XRP. Anytime XRP moves, XLM moves with it, whether it's up or down. It's pretty fascinating. But could we see, guys, a $2 XLM? Very possible. Very, very possible. Its chart looks really good. It's clearly broken out from the bear market bottom. And once again, following XRP, right? The chart looks very similar, and it looks like it's ready to go. It's seen a lot of strength, man. And look, it's a top 20 coin, so it's getting the visibility, and it's very high. It seems almost highly correlated to XRP. Actually, pull up other XRP chart here. See, like very similar pattern happening here with XLM and XRP. XRP New Zealand says, do you hold any AI agent tokens? I don't know where to start. Would like to start with one on the XRP. So I don't. I don't know. When you say AI agents, though, you're kind of talking about something different. If you're talking about AI theme tokens like Fetch, Render, Near, there's some others out there as well. Then that's what I was covering earlier. But I don't know about specific AI agent coins. Jethro, you're welcome. Atlantic Living says, Tony, you were extremely fortunate to get an interview with Garlinghouse. Can you get an interview with Schwartz and Larson too? So Atlantic, I have interviewed David Schwartz like 5 times over the years. And I interviewed Brad Garlinghouse 2 times. So my recent one with him at the Ripple Swell Conference in Miami was my second interview with him. And I'll try to get David Schwartz back on. Brad promised to come back on the podcast this year. So I will definitely interview him this year, but I'll try to get David Schwartz back on. But if you go to my like playlist, guys, Atlantic, go to the playlist. I have like a ton of stuff here. So like there's an XRP playlist, I believe. Let me see if I can find it here. Everything's kind of all over the place here. Hold on. Aha. Okay. Let's see if we go. Whoops. I actually want to get the playlist. That's not what I wanted. Sorry, my computer is lagging here. Okay, there we go. Anyway, Atlantic Living, you can search through, like go here and you can search like David Schwartz, and you can see my interviews with him over the years. So I've had like 3 or 4. Brad Garlinghouse. Yeah, I've had quite a few interviews with, David, but Brad Garlinghouse, just 2. So here's the one from a couple months ago. And there's one from years ago somewhere in here. It's somewhere in here. Oh, here it is. Yeah. From 3 years ago, I interviewed Brad. Can you get an interview with Trump's crypto-friendly family member, please? I'm not sure. Do you mean Trump's sons? I'm not sure who you're speaking of. Agri Steel Structure and Engineering, William. Hi, I'm from South Africa. Would like to get insight on X-Ray if it's a good investment? I can't tell you what to invest in. I can just tell you what I'm holding and what I personally feel, but I can't tell you where to put your money. I do believe XRP is going to do really well this cycle. It's already doing really well. It's reclaimed the number 3 spot. There's a strong narrative, as I was saying earlier, very bullish sentiment. There's a lot of talks about ETF. You got the Ripple stablecoin being launched, has launched. So all these things bode well. But, obviously there's no guarantees when it comes to investing, and you have to make sure that you, practice appropriate risk allocation and how much money you put into coins. But I do hold XRP is my largest holding, Bitcoin my number 2, Ethereum my number 3. I do hold Solana. I hold some Cardano, some Sweet, some Chainlink. So it's up to you. I, of course, feel it's going to do well, but I can't tell you to invest in it. Whoops. Let's see here. Caesar Mason says, do you think that Elon Musk X money will run on XRP or Dogecoin? I don't know yet. I don't know which blockchain he's going to use or what type of blockchain integration he's going to have. I do believe he's going to support stable coins. I think he's going to support Doge, most likely Bitcoin. As for other stuff like XRP and ETH, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But, Elon loves Doge. So... Crypto Torch, man. Spamming, dude. Let's see. Okay, guys, if you have any other questions, you could drop them in there. Let's see what's happening. Bitcoin cooled down a bit, but the good thing is it broke through the resistance, as I mentioned earlier, of 101,000. That was key. That was big time. I don't think anybody saw that coming because it was hanging around $100,000, and then it smashed through. So, guys, like I said, we are seeing a very similar pattern to what we saw in 2020 into 2021. So look at this pattern right here. And then let's look at this right here. Very similar, December into January. So you had that big spike as we entered into January. And then February was even more bullish, and we kept going up. I think we see something similar. Obviously, I don't think it's going to be a carbon copy. There may be some different setups and pullbacks and so forth, but I think directionally, we can anticipate the same thing. And we're using Bitcoin as the measuring stick. Even if you don't hold Bitcoin, we want to know what's happening with Bitcoin, because the liquidity, majority of it comes through Bitcoin and then heads to the altcoins. What do you think about LCX? I don't know what LCX is. Let's see. Oh, is that the exchange tokens? The LCX exchange token or am I getting that confused with something else? I might be getting it confused with something else. Okay, yeah, it is an exchange. So I don't know much about this token, and I don't know much about this exchange, to be honest. So I really can't give a judgment on it. It looks like it's doing well. I mean, in 2021, it set a high of 42 cents. It has broken out from the bear market bottom, seems to be doing okay. So looks like it could do well, but I don't know much about it, honestly. Jordan Marquis says, what do you think about Kaspa? I've heard some stuff about Kaspa, but I honestly don't know much about it. And I'm being honest, like I it's not a project that I followed or I know much about. So, but we could look at the chart if you want, because I know it's been around for a while. Let's see. Let's do Kaspa. Is there a US dollar market for it? Let's see. This chart is not old enough. Doesn't look like it's on any major exchanges. Unless I'm missing something. Oh, whoa, what is that? Oh, that's a premium. Okay. I'm not finding any good charts for this thing. It's like not on the major exchanges, it seems like. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be much data on it. Yeah, I don't know much about it. What are your thoughts on DIA? The seed founders of Chainlink funded this project, recently just partnered with Stellar and Ripple. DIA, I have not heard of this. Something new, I guess. Dia, is this it? I haven't heard about this. I don't know much about it, honestly. Looks like it's down. So this is not a good chart, right? Now, don't get me wrong. Could it rally? Come later in the bull market? Sure, but not a good sign that it hasn't really rallied off that bear market bottom. You see, it's still like in the red zone. That's not a good sign. So you got to hope that it does do something later on as the bull market heats up. So as I was telling you guys earlier, you look at the Solana and the BNB chart. Those are the charts that you want the altcoin you're holding. You want your chart to look like this, right? Solana hit its all-time high. The BNB chart actually looks better than Solana. So let's see here. Right, BNB is in price discovery. This is what you want your coins to look like. It's off the bear market bottom. It is touch its all-time high and then enters into price discovery. This is why I tell you guys, Bitcoin leads the market. Bitcoin was the first to do this. See? And the altcoins are going to follow. So if you look at some of these coins like XRP, broken the all-time highs. Well, I shouldn't say all-time high, but the high set in 2021. So it's entered in some form of price discovery here. It still has to crack the 2018 high, but its chart looks very bullish, right? So you want to, essentially, the coin you're holding, you want to see it move like this, like the Solana, like the BNB, because if it hasn't, it means it's going to struggle as we're in the final phase of the bull market here. And yes, it can last for the whole next year or even 6 months. So just keep that in mind. All right, guys, hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't as yet. Hit the 5-star rating. Hit the hit the heart button. And once again, check out our sponsors: Uphold, BitGo, VeChain. All the links will be in the description. Uphold, VeChain, BitGo. Subscribe to my free email newsletter as well, and be sure to grab a copy of my book, Rethinking Crypto, available on Amazon in paperback and digital. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up soon. If you have any additional questions or charts you want me to look at, drop them in the chat. Matthew Singer, hey Tony, always catch the live on my 15-minute break. Thank you, Matthew. I appreciate that. Nohali Flores says Bitcoin. Yeah, BTC, the Bitcoin dominance. Yes, it's about to like break down essentially. So why is this important, guys? For those of you who don't know, when Bitcoin's breaking down, its dominance is breaking down, altcoins go crazy, right? Because the liquidity cycles through. Is this the end of Bitcoin right here? No, I think Bitcoin still has upside. We could see some retests here before this thing starts breaking down. So just keep that in mind, right? You could see a lot of this and that, like, and then altcoins are going bananas in this zone. So this is why this is a key metric to watch. We saw this in previous bull market cycles. So just keep in mind, it doesn't go down in a straight line. It could be peaks and valleys on its way down, which will still drive the price of Bitcoin up, but the majority of strength goes to the altcoins. Crypto Tony says, when ETH? Yeah, you and me both, Crypto Tony. We are waiting for ETH to start waking up. The good sign, as we were talking about altcoin charts, right? The good sign here is that we got ETH off the bear market bottoms. It's been struggling a bit, right? Showing some weakness against like Solana and so forth. But guys, I think this year, ETH is going to wake up and we're going to see it go to new highs. I think it's possible a $15,000 ETH. But as always, I play conservative, 10 to 12. I'd be happy with 10 to 12K. Could it get to 15? Maybe. So you see, guys, I don't try to put my bias for money or my greed for money, and nothing wrong with a little bit of greed, right? We all have ambitions. We all have financial goals, but we got to make sure we stay even keel here, not too bullish. We don't want to get super bearish as yet as well. But as much as I would love a $15,000 Ethereum, and I want that, I would love it. It would make me a whole lot of money. I got to keep it real because I can't go by my emotions. And I've learned this lesson in past cycles. To play it conservatively, start exiting the market in phases, taking profits. So guys, make sure you have a plan. Where are you taking profits at? Okay. And I will try my best here to continue to share the metrics with you guys about where are we in the cycle? Are we near the top? And as I was sharing earlier in the stream, the different metrics as to where we're at. So this is the time to pay attention. All right, guys. I am going to wrap it up here. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate you all. And of course, I wish you guys the best of luck in this bull market cycle, that you make incredible returns. You make life-changing money. And even if you just walk away with some decent profits, that's a win. So keep that in mind. Thank you for your support. Thank you for the years of support and for streaming or tuning in, I should say. I'm the one streaming, but you're tuning in. And once again, check out my sponsors, guys. Links will be in the description. Sign up for the free email newsletter. I'll try to get a newsletter out today, and grab a copy of the book if you can. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you all, and I'll talk to you all later.